he desperately needed the surgery,
Yeah,
he'd be under the knife this week
for
once the
sure.
swelling goes. I don't know how it works with shoulders, to be honest. I know with ACLs and MCLs, you need swelling to go down, but
Yeah.
so we'll see.
We will see. We will see. What do they got tonight? That's the big question.
I'm nervous about tonight.
No Grimes, no OG, no Julius. It's going to be tough. And against a fully, not a fully healthy Pacers team. Actually, they got a couple guys banged up.
But
I didn't even see who was out for Indiana. Let me check it.
So Grimes obviously being out. DiVincenzo is probably getting 45 minutes tonight, right?
Yep. DiVincenzo is going to be out there the whole game.
Precious going to get 40.
Precious is going to be out there the whole game. Mathurin is out for the Pacers, which helps them, I would say, maybe.
Helps the Pacers?
Yeah.
The shine has definitely worn off a little bit on Mathurin.
Yeah.
I know he was scoring a bunch at first last year, but he looks like a very inefficient scoring guard to me, and I don't know how conducive that'll be to them winning long term, but Evan probably plays tonight, don't you think?
I do not think so. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, you know what? I'm wrong. Maybe like 8 minutes. He can get like 6 to 8 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
Something to buy.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo a couple minutes.
Yeah. I just thought they would just play McBride the whole game, basically, between the 1 and the 2, but maybe they play Evan.
Brunson, I feel like will play 42, maybe 40.
So this is concerning to me. This is like, like a classic overcompensation in terms of you injure your left ankle and then you overcompensate on your right ankle, and now your right ankle's hurt. Like, are you worried about the same thing, Jeremy? Or are you not so much?
For who specifically?
For the Knicks, given that they're having these other guys get hurt and then the other guys have to play 42 to, as Pascal makes a layup to make it 2-0, 42 minutes to compensate, and then those guys get worn down.
It's a risk, especially for someone like Hartenstein, who seems to be off the injury report, but you don't want to mess with Achilles injuries, especially if you're a big man. Well, I guess more, especially if you're a guard, but speed. Andrew is also telling us that we are on YouTube. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, welcome.
Hey, Devo.
All right. Devo picking up right where he left off.
Let's see how Halliburton looks tonight.
You think he'll be on a minutes restriction? Did they say he was going to be?
They haven't announced it to my knowledge, but I think he is. I think he will be. You were so right, though, Jeremy, about them like rushing him back. I don't know if they rushed him back or he rushed himself back, because these guys want the 65 games. They want to be all NBA.
Mm-hmm. And damn.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm give up a dunk.
He clearly looked like he just lost his leg. Like the entire leg he had his Paul Pierce moment.
Yeah.
And he's back a week and a half later.
He's dramatic.
Yeah, he certainly is. I think an acting career would benefit him if he decides to go that route. But for him to rush back, I get it. I understand, especially because he missed so much time last year.
Wow.
Nice, Evo. He's just red hot, and it's not just because he's a redhead. He's just that good right now.
That was a high difficulty 3, by the way.
Yes, it was. Okay, you can't leave him open in the corner.
Yeah, Pascal knocked down those corner 3s.
Mm-hmm. So no defense is going to be played tonight. It seems there's already 12 points in the first 2 minutes, but that's quite all right. Kind of nice. Hip and is this going to be a letdown night for Jalen, where it's like so exciting that he tries to prove himself and he doesn't need to? Okay, more struggling on offense.
Not so hot right now.
No,
I could see it. I feel like he's had a couple of those where it's like here's a night for Jalen to show his stuff, and then it's kind of a letdown. That's a ridiculous shot. Oh my God. DiVincenzo, what is happening?
And he was fouled on that. Yeah, the game that most notably comes to mind with Brunson is that Mavs game. Nice, Precious.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. No way. Okay.
Heat check from Dante.
Respect, but Yeah. Who do you think you are? Dante DiVincenzo?
Yeah,
Get out of
exactly.
here.
What's wrong with you, Tyrese?
All right. Beautiful. Nicely done.
I love that. Anytime Healed is on him, it's just attack
Mhm.
mode. Yeah, this is they're getting into the Pacers game, just running with them. So we'll see how it goes, but I don't love that.
It's interesting though because if Randall were playing, this offense would be much more of a crawl. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying that's necessarily a bad thing or a good thing because you can have offenses succeed whether they are slower or faster paced. It just this feels like the fighting fire with fire you wouldn't necessarily get with Julius. Is that a fair assessment?
That's totally fair. That's a good point. They wouldn't be able to do it with Julius out there, I think, as they are kind of now. But I just don't like getting into that kind of fight with the Pacers. Their offense has been so consistent over the whole season, even after adding Pascal, even after Tyrese being hurt, they still just score so much.
Yes. You want to fight, you want to play your own game, not play their game, because your game is what's propelled you to the top of the standings, but that's obviously harder to do. And really four, but three of the rotation players you've had in the last few weeks have been lost to injury.
Yep.
Nope.
I didn't even see Julius's All-Star tribute video. Did you see it?
I did not either. No.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out after. Sounds good. Turner's been excellent this year, by the way, too. Nice pass.
Okay. Got the foul.
Got the foul.
I can't believe how Precious has blossomed.
What is going on? Yeah, I didn't see this coming at all.
Just crazy. But it's a testament to, how important the fit is and buying into roles and maybe not being the player that other teams see you as. He's just, of course, as he bricks that, takes well, of course he would when I give him a compliment. Just great role for him.
Yeah, and he's just been able to spread his wings. I mean, it's kind of weird just watching him. Sometimes it feels like he doesn't know where to be, but then he ends up in the right place. And I am like, is it intentional? Is he just a genius? And he's like marching to the beat of his own drum, but somehow like perfect. It's strange. It's a strange experience as Buddy misses a three. Good.
And you can't leave him open.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that. Wow, that was a high hedge on Brunson. He still scores.
Yep.
They came all the way out.
No, baseline. Okay.
See, this is a different matchup for Achua than the Lowry matchup. So he's going to have to play a lot different kind of defense than he did the other night.
Yeah, he's going to have to actually respect his opponent.
Pascal is a handful, man. I don't like how he plays, but he's a handful.
Don't leave him open.
That's a lot of space. He will pull that. What?
How did he get free on that?
I wish I could see a replay. That was Neesmith has been playing really well lately too.
Yeah. Another change of scenery guy.
Mm-hmm.
What?
DiVincenzo, do not get injured, man.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was unnecessary, Jalen. Isaiah was right there.
How do you feel about the Lakers getting 2 All-Stars?
I kind of think they had to. Like, those guys were so deserving. I feel like it would have been tough to leave either of them out. I mean, I think LeBron started based on merit. I don't even feel like it was like a fan vote kind of thing or anything.
Mhm.
I think he deserved the start.
Yes.
AD questionable maybe, but who else would they have put? I mean, who are they going to put in?
Sabonis.
Lowry?
Lowry. I guess it's the kind of, it feels like a landmark ruling in the sense that traditionally you've only been able to get 2 players from your team if you're a top team.
Yeah.
And now that goes out the window because, well, look at this. This happened, even if it was an anomaly.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of opens Pandora's box in a way. I would have been very annoyed if Julius hadn't gotten in as a result of that. Not that they interact with each other, but even still.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It feels like from the offensive rebounding side, they're playing our game.
I got another one as you say it.
Yeah.
Good D
Nice.
by DiVincenzo. And nice
Oh,
pass. Finish that, Precious.
Oh,
Hey! Don't worry, Zay will take care of it.
Fournier
20
looks too happy. He's playing. He's getting minutes.
Oh my
come
God.
on.
Let Halliburton get to the rim and dunk it.
And there's a don't let him get under your skin.
It's on DiVincenzo. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, yeah, he did it right in his face.
Yeah, come on.
But usually it's the second person who
They gave DiVincenzo a T on that? That's crazy. The guy is literally in his face yelling in his ear, and he just gently shoved him to like get some space, and he got a tech. That's a bad call.
I know you love Halliburton, but moments like that make me root for him even less than I did, and it was already negative rooting. It's like again, I mean, I wasn't around. You weren't either, really, to see Reggie Miller, like peak Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah, no, not really.
So I feel that same level of disdain for Halliburton, but I feel like at least with Miller, there were enough playoff battles where he earned it, and Halliburton has the rest of his career to prove that, but has not to the point where the anointing just feels a little much.
That's fair. I get being annoyed by the narrative. I'm relatively annoyed by the narrative, and I don't really like Halliburton as like a guy. Like I'm not like, wow, he's such a cool dude. Like I just think he's great to watch and like a really great player offensively. That's and his style is unique with how he creates passing lanes, you know, the all the eye manipulation that he does, his jump passing. I just think he plays in a cool way. I love fast-paced basketball, and he just does all of those things. So I like him as a player. I don't care for him as a person at all.
Very valid.
Every time there's a timeout, by the way, and there's like music, I'm just like, wait, let's wait and see if Jeremy's there. And now I can't even do that. I found myself having that same inclination, but it's clearly logically impossible. So
were you watching it live when it happened?
Yes. And Benji spotted you. It was like, hey, that was Jeremy. And I was like, oh, we didn't see, like Mensa and I were like talking or something. And then he's like, no, I swear that was Jeremy. It's like, damn, we missed it. And he goes back and he's just like on his phone. He's like, it's him.
Sure enough.
Great moment. Moment.
We got
we got a
Cruz
salsa.
there.
We got a
You think
salsa.
he's gonna salsa in his seat? I don't think he's going to. I think he's past that point. He only does it when he scores a touchdown.
Yeah, I think he would hate to do it now.
So yeah, it's like telling someone to do a bit that they haven't done in like 15 to 20 years. Like I like an actor, or like that's a character. It's not who I am. Like, no,
exactly.
Reminds me
do
of
the thing.
There's a clip going around from a great movie being Shrek where the kid's like, do the roar. Keep saying to Shrek to do the roar. It's a great one.
That's pretty funny. I gotta imagine Victor Cruz gets shouted out on the street to do a salsa, like, you know, every couple days. So he probably hates it.
I'm pretty sure that I saw him at a Trader Joe's. I didn't want to like go up to him and be like, "Hey, Victor," but if I had, it would have been pretty wild for me to have like gone over, grabbed salsa, and be like, "Do the dance." He's like, "What?" I'm like, do the dance.
Jeremy,
Come
that
on,
would have
Victor.
been so epic. He would have done it in that. He'd have been like, I gotta do it for you. That's sick. So I know that, yeah, I know the coaches always err on the side of winning. But Towns to get in, that just doesn't. Wait
a minute, Towns. I missed the eat. Oh, hello, the hater has arrived. They wait, Towns got in. I missed the West. Towns got in.
Mm-hmm. Towns got in. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, that was a weird. It couldn't be associated with his scoring outburst that one game, right? Like it just didn't really make sense to me. Towns got in over James Harden, like, which is
and Sabonis.
And Sabonis, yeah. There's a lot of guys who are just clearly would have been more deserving than Towns.
If it makes you feel any better, in the Hoop Spaces group chat, Hawks Fan TV is crying that Trey didn't get selected.
Trey wasn't even on my list, man. Come on.
It was so glorious. And he's like, all our games are about entertainment for fans, no? I said, all right, let's go. I forgot to bet Devo today.
You got to bet Devo every night, Sean.
I usually I bet him every day. I'm gonna bet his
free money, man.
Hold on, let's see what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh. They're playing D now. Okay.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
What? Oh, my goodness.
I love that Hart literally has one move. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And no counter to it. It's just that one.
Yes, Alex, it's lagging for us or for me a little bit too.
Oh, Jessica, I was trying to read your message and then it went away. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, Siakam is going to be a handful for our guy Precious. How many fouls does he have already? 2?
I think so. Whoop. All right, so Deuce is coming in.
Will be the last time you say that tonight.
You don't think he's going to play in the second half?
He's just going to... No, I mean, he just will never leave again.
Yeah.
Nah, he'll leave at halftime. No worries. So this is interesting when the Pacers do this. Nice finish by DiVincenzo. They'll play Siakam, Jalen Smith, and Obi all at the same time.
That is quite the big lineup. But that's what Obi's shooting allows them to do, which last year would not have been an option. But this year he's so good from 3 that he can space the floor.
Yep.
To answer your question, Jessica, so actually, did you see about DeJounte Murray's comments on Instagram and just what he himself said?
No, I didn't see.
It was just about kind of like dragging teammates. Oh, terrible right there. And it's just not really taking ownership. But in a way where my interpretation was this Knicks team, what has the biggest distraction been this year?
The biggest distraction, I don't know. It's like on-court stuff, I would say. Like minutes and like roles and things like that.
But there's no one who went out and like tweeted or posted on social media about their disgust.
Yeah,
with
sure.
Or any sort of shifting of blame. And we've all worked with that person who just doesn't take accountability.
Yeah.
And there's a talent level, no matter how good they are at their job, you just don't want to deal with them at all. And I just feel like that's what, without knowing him, without knowing any of these people, that DeJounte, it kind of is like, well, how does this affect me when it doesn't necessarily affect him at all? Like he just puts himself in that position. That was my takeaway. from it. It was definitely a little concerning, but I don't think that's going to make or break the trade. I just don't think he's going to be here regardless.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Have you seen DeJounte Murray on All the Smoke? I think was it last year? Something like that, pretty recently, maybe within a year. And yeah, I got that vibe where it was a lot of like, yeah, they wronged me. This is messed up. What people are doing to me. And there was definitely some stuff he could have taken accountability for in that conversation. So I could see some of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look for Jeremy. I told you, it's just like it's the pastime now for Knicks fans.
Telling you, hey, Section 2. That's where it's at for the most part.
By the way, I mean, can you share how you got those tickets?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I picked a game where the Knicks were playing one of the worst teams in the NBA. And
Nice.
I
Okay, good start.
saw that there were available tickets 2 hours before the game for a lot less than I would have bought normally. And it was that easy. And then the other time when I went to the Nuggets game the next week, I was at a bar with a friend, and it was midway through the first, and it's like, let's just see what tickets are like. And it was $125 a pop to sit behind the basket, 15 rows away from the Knicks bench.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, if you can afford to miss the first quarter at MSG, but still watch the game at a bar nearby, and also you miss maybe 4 minutes of game time by traveling from said bar to MSG through security to your seats, it's worth it.
Worth it.
We got 36. I mean, here's the thing. We missed the pivotal, like the challenge, and when the Knicks really took off, which is probably the most exciting part of the game. But under normal circumstances, that game would have still been close, or presumably. I mean, the Knicks have been blowing out other teams, but it's a great little hack to get awesome seats for a cheap price if you're comfortable just missing a little bit of the game in real time.
That is an amazing hack. I love that. I'm going to use that. In fact, I'm going to use that at some Orlando Magic games, and maybe I'll get courtside seats because that's the equivalent price for.
No, please use it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Get him for $5, Dirty Dancer. That's exactly right.
Yeah. They actually pay you $5.
Yeah, like, got some empty seats. We don't want the TV audience to see this. Come on in. No, seriously, that's an awesome hack. I've never even thought of that before. That's incredible.
Happy to share.
You don't know about a StubHub swindle?
You've been doing that too, Sean?
Oh, well, what we used to do was you wait till like an hour before the game, and then the prices drop.
What Jeremy's saying, like during the game.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
Well, the other thing too is if you do it through Ticketmaster resale, you could probably get your seats faster because StubHub, they need to send it to you. It's a whole thing. Ticketmaster resale, it's instantly. You get in, you're good. So I'd recommend that one.
Okay.
But there's more limited availability.
Good D from Precious on Siakam, by the way. First time he kind of held his own there.
Oh. One more. Okay, that's good.
Damn, Pascal got him.
One more. There.
Okay.
Dang, dudes.
Okay, nice rebound.
Precious again. Oh, Devo, no head.
Devo's like, I got this, but you don't. All right. Well, that was fun while it lasted.
They're fighting on those boards, though. That's what Precious and Sims together will get you, if nothing else.
I'm with Alex in the comments. I think that DiVincenzo will indeed break Evan's 3-point team record. Do you guys agree?
I don't even know how close he is. I can't even comment on that. Where is he at? I gotta.
Alex, can you bring us the stats
for the season?
Well, Fournier was 230 something, right? Or am I just botching that number? Ooh, nice.
Evan Fournier had
bad pass.
Bad pass. Come on, dudes. That was a terrible pass.
He needs to hit 3 per game and play every game. 241.
241.
3. He needs to average 3 makes a game. I think he'll do that.
I think he can do it. Yeah.
But play every game. That's a good question.
And going into this game, he was at Devo was at 136. He needs less than 100. No, he's 105.
Well, let's also keep in mind that when he plays 49 minutes per game, even though they'll never have an overtime game, he will break that record.
Wow, that was a tough shot by Jalen Smith. He is averaging almost 11 3-point attempts per 75 possessions. That is incredible. If he continues at that pace, he'll shatter that record.
One more.
Pacers team is mid. Hey.
I mean, when you combine the best offense and the worst defense, you get mid. That's accurate.
There you get mid.
Their draft picks also have not panned out quite in the way that I think fans would have thought.
Yeah. I mean, definitely Mathurin. Who else were we talking here?
Well, Walker's obviously very young, so I'm not going to hold that against him.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who. Well, Neesmith, Shepard has not, but he's also young. It's like I don't want to hold it against them because they are younger.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm trying to.
They just don't look so hot in the early goings.
Yes.
Good finish by Jalen.
And they traded. Who else did they trade for Siakam other than Brown?
Who else did they trade?
Oh, bad defense.
Wow.
Shouldn't have gambled.
Good interior passing by Obi Toppin, has to be said.
Jordan Noir.
That's right, Noir.
Noira, yes. There you go.
Excuse me.
Let's see Obi. Leave, Hallie. What kind of defense was that by Halliburton? Oh,
Are you
wow.
surprised?
A miss.
I feel like if Halliburton has one good defensive play, it bumps him up to the 3rd percentile.
It really does.
Oh, not in this house, Obi. He's used to missing here.
Yeah, it's like his percentages come down from like 70% true shooting to like 55.
It's like he has war flashbacks of all the times where he didn't get to play.
Did someone say, I forget who said this, but someone was like, Tibbs should just shout at Obi sometime while he's playing and just like put him back into this PTSD. Obi! He just shoots air balls.
Please. Stop looking out, motherfucker.
Man, Obi didn't even get a fresh haircut for this game. Jeez, man. The sides are growing out too long, my guy. You got to get those cleaned up before you come back to MSG. You're acting like you don't care about this game.
Maybe he doesn't.
Whoa, Josh.
Just slipped out.
We get one of those every 3 games from Josh Hart. What?
How is that hit off with Indiana?
Pacers ball. What?
Okay. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, huh, Josh?
A double foot trick. Oh my god!
There's another one.
DiVincenzo. This guy is no conscience right now. He's just jacking anything. That's incredible.
Well, 12-point game.
He's pretty deadly from the mid-range.
Some casuals.
They want him to take that. Oh, nice.
Whatever works.
Nice. Yeah, giving up 36 points. It's not the best.
That's not yet.
That was terrible.
That was quite bad.
All right. We got a 36-26 game at the end of the first quarter. Pacers up on the Knicks. Not ideal. Not really what you want to see, but a very underhanded Knicks team right now.
Underhanded to say the least.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the Knicks will ever play the Pacers at full strength this season.
I was thinking the same thing.
Which is wild.
The same thing.
Like, because they play again on the 10th, and Randall's not going to be back. And I'm starting to get a little nervous about this OG injury. And then that is it. They play them 3 times this season. And the other game was when their entire roster was decimated. So when they go 0-3 against the Pacers, it's going to be pretty funny if the Knicks match up with them in the playoffs.
Yeah, and we see him in a 2-7. Hey, that's my So the guy on the left is Jamal Bailey. He's a state center from the Bronx. I went to high school with him.
Nice.
No, nice.
He's a huge Knicks fan. Big Met fan too. From the Bronx, which is weird, but whatever.
That's weird.
Also,
that's blasphemous.
I feel like you don't see a ton of Bronx Science kids who are from the Bronx, right? Because you were Bronx Science, weren't you?
Yeah. Most of them are from Queens and Manhattan.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He might as well be from Queens. He can't be a Mets fan from the Bronx. What is this?
Well, there were a lot of people born in the 80s whose parents watched baseball in the mid 80s, and then let's put it like this: 1986 spawned a whole generation of Mets fans across the city.
And you know what, Sean? Fuck them.
Why? Yo, as a Yankee fan, I've never understood the Yankee fans who hate the Mets.
No, I don't hate the Mets. I'm just fucking around. No, I don't care about the Mets.
That's actually the problem. It's like I don't care about okay. I was rooting for the Mets in the 2015 World Series. And I actually know Yankee fans like, I want them to lose. They're like, why? Like, fuck the Mets always. I'm like, they're not in our division. They're not in our league. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I don't really think about them like that. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate all your comments.
Andrew is quite mad in the chat.
Well, you can't promote this watch along as for kids anymore? Is that the problem? Dang, Dante.
Dante hasn't hit a 3 since Alex brought up the record. So
that's true.
I'm not saying it's your fault, Alex, but it's your fault. It's 100% on you, brother. Ooh,
Jericho.
Flynn minutes.
Flynn minutes.
What?
Evil Dante
over Fournier.
He's letting it fly today.
Are we allowed to talk baseball in this chat for 2 seconds?
Yes.
Other than just dissing?
Yes.
The Orioles
if you don't like it, go to hell.
The Orioles just are about to trade for Corbin Burns.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah. At least it's going to be fun this year.
Oh, come on. Why is it always the best division?
I know. Is it me, or is this the first time? Is this the first time Dante DiVincenzo and Malachi Flynn are playing?
I was thinking the same thing.
I couldn't wait for that. Oh my! That would have been cool if it worked. 360 pass.
Oh no.
Tibbs, say something, Tibbs.
You think it's weird for him not to be back, but to be back and no Emmanuel Quickly, no RJ Barrett?
Yeah,
that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. He got
bailed out. I actually have a comment about that when we get when it's appropriate. The players are no longer here. I've realized something.
Sean, is your mic good? You sound kind of far away from your mic.
Well, I'm using my
Oh, you're using I got you.
I can switch to my wired things, but hold on a second.
No, I just know Andrew is okay.
Oh, he's
Andrew
saying
said
this
it's fine.
But is it like this is fine, like the meme this is fine? Like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad in GMAC because for some reason it looks way better on YouTube on my iPad than on my Mac, which is funny because they're both using the same Wi-Fi. We're in the same place. So weird.
Oh my goodness, Josh.
That was so awkward by Josh Hart. We need some touch.
G-Mac, I know you're saying this is fine through gritted teeth. So let me see what I can do.
Oh, good
Nice.
steal.
Great passing lane.
And a finish.
There we go.
Let's go, Deuce.
No chance.
Super short.
How do I sound now?
That's better.
That's better, dude. Yeah.
Okay. Wired. Of course.
Malachi got bailed out twice by fouls.
How about now?
Worse.
It is.
Try one more time, Sean.
Testing one. Well, hold on. I'm going to unplug them. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My name is Sean Hardy, and I root for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Worse.
Man, okay. You know what's crazy? These things have better sound quality than the wireless joints.
Yeah, that's
and these cost like $19.99, and these cost $125.
That's crazy. Wait, what headphones do you have?
They're bad.
They're Beats Studio. They're Beats Studio. Beats Studio Buds Plus.
Sean, Beats is I don't know. Anybody in the chat? I don't know what your experience is with Beats headphones. Mine is they're the worst headphones I've ever owned, and I paid a lot of money for those headphones. Yeah, okay.
I actually may return these. I actually may return these because I had a pair of Beats I bought last January, and they were fine in the beginning, but then sometimes I'd sound like terrible. So I thought maybe it's because I dropped them all the time. So I got a new pair, and it's like the same thing. So I was like, either I go get AirPods or I get some non-Apple owned thing and whatever. Anyway, I have a theory. Not a theory. So you remember how was it Steve Popper that had the article about they got rid of the softies? And everyone was like, oh, that's mean to say about RJ and IQ. And I was like, everyone assumes that they were referencing those two because the trade just happened. But what if they were talking about other people? Like, I don't know, the guy who wears number 1 on the other team and the guy who wears number 13 that's on the bench. And then I was listening to Dan Lebitard, I think it was yesterday's show, and he had a mean on. And it's actually, if you're a Knicks fan, you should listen to it because the mean leans like he's like the whole Jalen Brunson thing. It's like, oh, it's just the NBA has this foolish idea that you have to look a certain way, you have to, or they don't rate you. For instance, like I told John, Steph Curry, a lot of people didn't like him. They like Russell Westbrook. And then he said in this thing, he said that, because remember, he said last year there's a civil war going on between the guys who think the game and guys who are playing impulse. And he's like, now all those guys are gone. And I thought about it. I was like, that could be RJ. IQ, not so much. That could be RJ. That could be Obi. That could be who's the other guy I was thinking of? I'm blanking. But I just thought about it. I was like, and you look at this team now with the guys they have, especially being down or get man, whatever, and you're like, I understand what maybe softies was a terrible word or poor word to use, but it was like now we have more guys that think more cohesively, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, and you're seeing the results.
I just think whatever phrasing you want to use for the guys that went out, like soft or like not smart or whatever the implication is, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to fit to me. I mean, first of all, being like guys that think the game or whatever, I'm not really even sure what it means implying with that, but
guys who aren't impulsive. So like, and
yeah,
honestly, that includes Julius.
I was gonna say our one of our best players is literally that.
Yeah, but he is one of our best players. Like he's an all-star caliber player, whereas the other guys, like
DiVincenzo, who throws insane passes and and takes gambles on defense constantly. He's not impulsive.
Apparently Brunson also went to the locker room.
Oh no.
Oh
That's
Lord.
what I think Jeremy Goldstein was telling us in the group chat,
Uh-oh.
That's from
which
bad
would
to
explain
worse.
why Malachi Flynn is in the game.
Yes. That does answer that question.
That was okay. I could have sworn that he
This
got
is what
freaking flyer miles on that one.
This
What?
is what I'm saying, Jeremy. It's like it's weird. It's like what? But then Oh, what a
no.
move by Neesmith. Neesmith is balling right now.
Okay, good. Jalen's right there. Oh, he's back. There he is.
He's not that bad a defender, Josh.
This isn't practice last year. This is a
Yeah.
real game against a better player now than he was then.
I like Malachi's drawn 3 fouls so far. That's awesome for him in spot minutes. Oh, he pushed off. That was a mini D Wade though.
Absolutely pushed off.
The Donovan Mitchell right now. 45-32 Pacers over the Knicks. 7 minutes and a half left in the second quarter. Damn, Toppin's fast. Beat everyone down the court with the ball, which is interesting. Come on, Malachi. Ugh. Halfway down.
This is just not their night.
Nope.
No way. We'll take Turner post-ups against Hartenstein. They could go to that offense if they want.
I so do not believe in this Pacers team in the playoffs.
No,
I think they're like the offense, if it sputters even just a little bit, they're going to get eviscerated defensively.
Oh, what a pass by
Fine.
Flynn. Oh, my goodness, what a pass. Jeremy, what do you think? Do you think there's any fundamental difference in their ceiling adding Pascal, or do you think they're still around the same?
Ceiling-wise, I think they're around the same. I don't hate the package that they gave up for him. I think it's fine. This feels like a higher floor move, and I can't hate on a higher floor because the Knicks have been like increasing their floor every year. The reason why I'm less high on it for the Pacers, though, nice, is because Siakam's 29 years old. He's clearly not their timeline, and it's not like, oh wow, they're screwed. Like they'll be fine, but just for a team that's that young, you ideally want to find someone that's 25 years old, 26 years old, which is why I thought they would be a stronger threat for OG, and they still were. But I do wonder what kind of package they would have had to give up to match what the Knicks gave. And my guess would be
they didn't want picks; they wanted players.
Yes, exactly. But like,
so who are you gonna?
If you're the Pacers, was Jarris Walker the breaking point between getting OG and not, for example? And I'm not assuming it was the only one. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather have OG than Jarris Walker if I am the Pacers with Halliburton, and we've seen what OG has done for this defense. We know how bad that Pacers defense is. How valuable is it to have an MVP caliber player on offense and to have an all defensive, depoy type player on defense? I think that would suit you pretty well, but fortunately the Knicks have him, and the rest is history.
I speculated for a long time that OG was the perfect fit for Indiana, just based on the point that you said, and also that he still helps them offensively by spacing the court out. He doesn't affect any of their spacing, in fact, improves it. So I think he was a perfect fit. I have to imagine it came down to something around Mathurin or something like that, because what they would not give up Jarris Walker? I would give up Jarris Walker in a second if that was the case.
Even if Walker goes on to be very good, you're able to get fit and talent at the same time with OG. Is that really not worth it? I mean, also, there's stuff behind the scenes that maybe we don't know. Maybe OG didn't necessarily want to resign in Indiana. I mean, look, he went to college in Indiana. I'm sure there's a level of comfortability. I don't know. It's more just I wonder if there was more involved in this than not. But still fascinating to me that the Knicks got him before his 6-month deadline of opting in and extending.
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess in thinking about this Siakam thing, I also thought the same thing. He's not in their timeline. It doesn't really make sense. They have a bunch of young guys. Halliburton's only 24. Siakam's going to be 30 in April. Don't really get it long term. They're obviously going to re-sign him to like probably a max deal. Like, are they just penning themselves into mediocrity? Like, I feel like that's what that deal is. Like you said, it might be a floor move, but it's also like it also caps your ceiling because how are you going to get better?
It's one of those moments though where, and I think this gets lost on us because we're fans of big market teams. There are times where small market teams just make decisions that are business as opposed to basketball. And I wonder if this was one of it where, look, yes, we are adding a good player and he's going to make us a better team, but there's also something that you can sell to fans. And this is the business avenue of it where they're going to be in this weird spot where they really weren't going to have cap space, but they also were going to like not have a lot of salary. So you might as well go through with it kind of thing. I mean, yeah, they could have declined Bruce Brown and all that, but then Halliburton's next deal and all this stuff. So I don't know. I would not have done it, but I don't fault them for doing it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fair. Halliburton's there through 2029, I think. So I guess they feel like they got him locked up. Where's he going to go? What is he going to do?
Yeah.
Fight
now it's
for
your turn. It's your turn for me to tell you that you're somewhat underwater.
Oh, am I?
A little bit, in and out.
Let's see. GMAC is telling me as well. I think I'm just in the situation that you were in earlier. Do I still sound like that?
You're good. You're good now.
Okay. All right, cool. Floater overturner. Very nice. I don't think the Knicks are out of this at all. I feel like they're in this game. Indiana slowed down a ton.
Also, the Knicks keep missing their threes.
Damn, you're getting Nemhard middies? Nice.
Too easy.
Nice. They're setting those screens so high that Nemhard was just able to go under the screen because Brunson was so far away from the hoop. I wonder why this thing is that. Alex, I just saw your response to my tweet. It's hilarious. Am I waterboarded again?
You were. I didn't have the heart to tell you, but you were. You're just like, yep.
Andrew, should I leave and come back? Knee. All right. We'll work through it. The Knights who say, what is this? Nye?
Neat. Have you seen Monty Python Holy Grail?
No.
Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, you got to watch that. It's a classic.
I've seen GMAC. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was alone. I have no idea.
Next time out, I got a Two America story.
I'd love to hear your Two
Sean,
America
have you
story,
seen
Sean.
Monty Python?
Absolutely not.
Oh my goodness. Two Americas. Yeah.
I love that. Absolutely not.
I've heard of it. I've heard good things about it.
Andrew.
Half of me loved it. It's great. and
Now,
1/4 of Hartenstein
there are
loved it.
movies that half of GMAC love that I love, but I just never saw. Wait till next time out. I got a story.
I'm gonna say this though. Oh wow.
No foul?
My
Are
dancing.
we talking? That's what you get.
Oh.
Is TJ McConnell hurt?
Oh, he might be.
It's a good question. He was on the report, but it didn't say he was out.
Yeah, I would be upset too if I were Tibbs.
That's an all-star. You gotta give him that call. And the crowd is not enjoying it.
Now Nembhard is riding him up the court.
Because it's like, you're gonna let me get away with this.
Oh, he's
gonna get
pissed.
skied. Yeah,
That's a foul.
Jeez. No respect.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
foul.
that's a
That's a
clear foul. He
foul.
leans in with his chest, like. Yeah, you get that call every time. That's weird that they let that go.
All right, so college, I was in student government. This is at Syracuse. And we were having a council meeting. So I was the vice president. The president is black. He's dude from Brooklyn. I'm a black dude. And then they were like, the treasurer is a white dude. No, the treasurer's a white woman. The parliamentary is a white dude. And just like, it's like split 60-40 white people, black people, whatever. So the parliamentarian makes this mention of, he says this line from this movie. And all the white people laugh. And the president, his name is Colin, he's like, what does that mean? And the parliamentarian's like, oh, that's from Spaceballs. And he said in a matter-of-factly way, like, oh, it's from Spaceballs. And he goes, I never seen Spaceballs. And all the white people are like, you've never seen Spaceballs? So he had his look on his face like, oh my God, should I have seen Space? Because he's a year younger than me, whatever. I could see he felt like, I don't know. So I jumped in and I said, well, have you seen I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? And they were like, no. I said, all right then. Two Americas.
That's funny.
That was
That's
my
a good
first
story.
Two Americas moment, for real.
You talked about Spaceballs, which is not one of my favorite Mel Brooks movies, for whatever it's worth. Nice, Hartenstein. The dance partner in the video that was taken,
Yes.
she had never seen a Mel Brooks movie before. And one of my favorite movies is Oop.
Oh no!
Right, Tim.
Never save it under your own basket.
Oh,
One of
they
my
got
favorite
away with it.
movies is Blazing Saddles, and I was just like, "You're Jewish and you've never seen Mel Brooks movie? It's just like, are you sure you're Jewish? I'm still not sure she's Jewish. I think it might just be a bit, but So you say Two Americas? There might be another one, which is like
There's another American.
Oh,
the third that doesn't even know their own culture. I guess.
Listen, there are plenty of there's plenty of Americas.
Oh yes, I'll say I don't think Spaceballs is a bad movie. Grinding for Good. It's just not my favorite. I don't find it as amusing as
Nice.
Young Frankenstein, The Producers, or certainly Blazing Saddles.
I don't think I've ever seen a Mel Brooks movie, but one day I'm gonna watch Blazing Saddles because I've heard
I think you would really enjoy it.
No, I know it. Like where all the white women at? Like I never heard that like most of my life.
Yep.
So that will be the one I watch. I'm gonna look up Mel Brooks movies just so I see.
It's a little slow, but it's still
is this phrase freezing or is it just me?
It's freezing a bit.
It's a little spotty.
Okay.
Oh, in and
my
out.
goodness.
Karnstein. Tip it away.
Oh my goodness.
This is like a haphazard game right now.
I'm betting.
Neesmith
And
is freaking balling, man.
We have 45 points.
It's great for agendas, though, right? Anytime the Knicks win, it's like, look at how well they're doing, in spite of everything. When they lose, it's just whatever.
It's yeah, that's true.
Oh
You're
my
right.
God. They're not getting any calls. I mean, although that looked clean. Oh,
I'm
why
glad he gave it
that's
to
good.
Shepard.
Is it-
I'm
oh.
so glad he gave it to Shepard instead of shooting it himself.
I thought he was getting that rebound though, because that's just how this night has gone.
Yeah, true. Damn,
There
Devo
we
just
go.
created that.
Oh,
And then it dies with Precious.
thank you.
That time.
There we go. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never seen any Mel Brooks movies in my
Okay.
entire life. I just
You're-
went to the IMDb.
In Blazing Saddles, there is a hilarious moment with the word "ni," the knee, which also but I'm not going to give away what it is.
Is this a spoiler alert from 1974, Jeremy?
It's not a spoiler alert. It's more just like it's also based on a joke that I'm not going to say.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I like what I do, and it's well done how they do it. So we'll leave it at that.
Gotcha.
But I could understand why outside of mostly white people and Jews and white Jews.
Blazing Saddles, I heard, is one of those movies that can't be made today, so that's why I really want to watch it.
There's zero chance it could be made today. I mean, the only way it would be made is if it were like Tropic Thunder, but you did it in a way that was making fun of it, like even more meta than it already is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, but yeah, you couldn't do it.
Hallie hasn't done much either. They've been containing him.
Oh well.
Nope. Give me that. All right, let's
2 for
1.
Single digits.
He's not gonna pull that. Oh,
Yeah,
he got all the way to the rim.
There we go. That was. Oh, he's just not getting calls.
He's not getting
fouled
calls
again.
He's not getting calls. This is kind of crazy. He's like, don't
There's
you
an
know I'm an
all-star out
all-star?
there.
Who are the Celtics playing tonight?
The Lakers.
Oh,
AD
wow.
and
Without LeBron and AD. Ooh.
Yes.
That's an offensive foul.
Let's go.
Offensive
All right.
foul.
2 for 1.
Deuce getting in his chest.
Have a seat.
Your prop is looking nice though, Sean. Hallie hasn't done much.
No minutes restriction for him tonight, right? So far?
What's he at?
I was about
actually?
to say, because I feel like he's played a lot.
He's at 16 minutes. So
the funny thing, I wonder if they play him 8 minutes the rest of the game, or like 10 minutes the rest of the game on some dumb shit.
they might. They kind of did that the other day.
They are not.
Let's go.
Let's go,
All
Jalen.
right.
2 for 1.
7 points.
Two
Yeah,
Cut
he
it to
just got
7.
hit in the face. All right. Now that's how you end a half.
Let's go. 21.
No
for
Evan
Jalen
minutes,
first
by the
half.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Oh, man. 7 Flynn minutes in the first half. 0 Evan minutes. Yeah, the Pacers slowed way down. The second half defense second quarter defense was so much better. 58-51. Pacers over the Knicks at halftime. Knicks coming on strong in the second quarter. Looking good shape for the second half.
So quickly around the league, yes, the Lakers are up 14 on the Celtics, and also the other portion is the Cavs and the Grizzlies are tied at 27 after
Let's
1.
go, Grizz.
Do you guys have any thoughts on the trade that went down today?
I meant to look into this. Is this like, does this have salary implications, or because neither one of these guys are playing? And so I'm like, okay, because I believe, cap guy. There's salary implication behind this.
So the Grizzlies have a lot of money on the books for next year, like a lot of money. And this was the main reason, because Prez and I would talk about OG earlier in the season, in the summer and all that. And he would always ask, well, like, the Grizzlies are probably going to get him. Why wouldn't the Grizzlies get him? And I kept being like, how are they going to afford him? They've got Ja and Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr., and like all these other salaries for guys. Like, they're going to pay $30 million a year when OG gets it to him too. It just would seem crazy. So it seemed like they didn't want anything. They didn't want Steven Adams. They didn't want to bring him back for the cost that he would have, the injury risk.
That's what I figured.
So they decided to get a few second-round picks in exchange and matching expiring salary. And I suppose they'll probably move Kennard over the next week as well. engage in a tank of some sort. And then they'll be well under that second apron where they can get additional flexibility by moving Kennard and getting something for him instead of just letting him walk. This feels like a purely something is better than nothing type of move. From the Rockets' perspective, I guess they're like, I thought, is there a hint of a possibility that they would be an Embiid team? I don't think they would be. I think they're going to commit to Şengün, and I think they're going to still look for wings. I do wonder if they're going to up the ante even more for Mikal Bridges, which would be fascinating because if I'm the Net, I get why they don't want to trade him. I would do it for the flexibility to get the majority of my picks back, but
you could do a proper you could do a proper rebuild instead of this doing what they did 2015 to 2019 again.
It's half-assed. They should just accept mediocrity, because if they don't, it's just going to look worse. Like, if Donovan Mitchell stays in Cleveland because of how well they're playing, what's their pivot? What are they really going to do that makes sense for them? They don't have their pick. Like, one of my friends is a really close friend, is a Nets fan. He was saying, the Nets should draft Bronny this year so they can get LeBron James. I'm like, I don't know how to break it to you. The Nets don't have a first. He's like, no, it's a swap. I'm like, no, it's not. That's next year. He's like, well, I don't have the answer. It's like, yeah, neither do the Nets if it makes you feel any better. So I guess the Rockets are all in on their center rotation now. And that's fine for them, but it's also, if Knicks are looking into Embiid, who's his own injury situation, it's one fewer suitor that I think would be on the table, which might be of note. So,
yeah, that's great analysis, and that's really helpful. I mean, personally, I like Adams for Houston. I think he works really well there with what they're trying to build, like culture of physicality and defense and rebounding, all that stuff. So he seems like a unique guy. I think that's a good pickup for them for, what is it, 3 second-round picks? Is that the deal?
I think it was 3 second-round picks, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a good deal for them. As far as Embiid, so with this latest news, Jeremy, do you feel any level of concern or worry? Like, I agree, probably the price is going down a little bit, but also, are you concerned about it at all, like moving forward? He's going to be 30 in March. He's going to be 30 in March. I don't know. I feel a little worried about it now.
I get the feeling where it's like, he's so injured. How could the Knicks take this risk? Things are going well. Why go for it?
Yeah.
I understand that. On the other hand, the Knicks have also been playing at a high level without their starting center. So if they're able to have a fallback option in place where it's Isaiah Hartenstein, where they keep Precious Achiuwa, and they still have Embiid, I'm much more comfortable with it. And I think the thinking as well is, and this is like getting into the weeds of a future cap or no cap, so I'll hang on to it. And I've said this to you guys in the faculty chat, I don't see Embiid costing quite the amount that a player of his pedigree, when healthy, would absolutely cost. But the position factor, the age, the injuries, it will cost a lot. I don't think it's going to cost quite as much on the back end as it would for some of these other trades. Because you say what you want about Gobert, he plays. He's healthy. Say what you want about Vucevic, other than this year, he's been very healthy. You can't really say that about Embiid.
Nope.
And I think this upcoming deadline will be kind of a put up or shut up moment for Morey, where it's like, if you don't get players that will help you win now, how is it that you are going to surround Embiid with talent this summer when all of your players are essentially free agents and the free agent market sucks? And we don't often see teams dump a star into another team's cap space because they want more back than that. So it's the thing I'm going to keep my eyes on the most outside of the Knicks is how Philly supports their infrastructure. Because otherwise, it's just hollow. And if they don't do anything, my hot take is that Daryl Morey wants to actually build the team up in his own mind without Joel Embiid. because
I
he signed a long-term contract, which to me would indicate he's comfortable with it, because that contract is going to exceed the time that Embiid will be there. And maybe he sticks around and, like, I mean, it's possible, sure. But something about it it feels like he's trying to walk this tightrope because he doesn't want to commit to the future in case he loses Embiid, but also wants to win with him. But I think he just realizes that this is bigger than Embiid and he's got a job to do.
And ownership and Josh Harris has to be on board. And to your point, the contract extension. And listen, this is the dude that oversaw the process. So, now can the city of Philadelphia understand? I don't think it's gonna go that bad where like you like tear it down to the studs and you have like no one that's over the age of 23 in your roster. But you're right, it's a tightrope because as long as you have Joel Embiid, you have to try to compete. But at some point, when do you go? It might be similar to when Danny Ainge got to Utah, and he's like, "Guys, this ain't working. Like, just pull the plug. Just pull the plug now." And honestly, I think it will be easier to do in Philly because I know a lot of Sixers fans, and a lot of them are fine telling Embiid to go scratch.
And here's the fascinating thing. The Utah comparison makes a lot of sense, but the place where it differs a little bit, not this year, but last year, because Utah, if they finish outside of the bottom 10 in the league, they lose their pick. Mm-hmm. Philly will lose their pick in 2025, most likely. The protections on that pick are so tight that in their minds, it's going to be, we're not going to strip this to the studs and tank because we'd probably lose our pick anyway. So let's just try to be as good as we can next year and then figure it out. Because in 2027, I think they also owe their pick to Brooklyn. So there's a way where they could almost rebuild like the Pacers, which is they're not going to tank. They've got a good infrastructure. They'd have a lot of picks. They'd have a lot of flexibility. They're not going to be a good team, but they're also going to be mid for a year. And then they can try to get their pick back and do whatever. And then try to keep it going where like, that's where a team like the Knicks comes in, where it's like, hey, you're missing your 2025 first round pick. We could give you coverage. You're missing your 2027 pick. We could give you coverage for that too. And there's a world where the Knicks plug up the holes where the Sixers would basically be underwater. And I just think there's a really good partnership that could be there. But yes, there's the financial aspect. There's who's going out in the trade. That's why it's going to be so crucial to see what player arrives in New York between now and next week. What the opportunity cost is, what your moves are after that, in terms of if you have Embiid, is like your window's now. So how are you going to maximize that? So many different factors that we will absolutely get into at a later point. But for the time being, I'm so curious about what that Sixers team does.
Grinding for Good said in the chat, he said the process failed. I said how so? I would say the purpose of the process was to have as many cracks at getting a franchise player. And guess what? They got one. Some people can say two, and they should have had three because Jason Tatum was right there. But so from that perspective, the process did what it was supposed to do. It's like, we're going to keep doing this until we get a player that we can build around, and they got that person.
I think it was after that, interrupted. Because when Hinkie got fired, it wasn't like the process wasn't seen through.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I totally.
They didn't finish it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's why he's a martyr. But just because we'll never know what his end goal would have been.
We'll never know, but I think you can even say it worked, like Sean, you're suggesting. Like I think that's the goal of the process is you got a literal he's not gonna be a 2-time MVP now. He's gonna miss too many games, but would have been a 2-time MVP. Like that worked out, Now if you're gonna win a championship, like other things have to break well, no matter what you do, no matter how you build your team, things have to break right for you to win a championship. And they didn't. The bench didn't work out, but that's not because he wasn't an excellent player. That was because of other things,
circumstance.
There is a compelling argument though, which I want to address what that Grinding for Good has. Yes, the Sixers didn't make the conference finals or the finals, when you look at, I know team building, it's not just on the star player, but when you look at players who are, let's say, older than 28, right? Because these are guys who, I mean, we could go even lower. We could say 26 if we wanted to, or we could say 27. Let's say 27, like, or older than 27. Embiid hasn't made it that far. Giannis won a championship, been to conference finals and finals. Jokic, obviously, Kawhi, LeBron, Paul George, KD, Harden, Porzingis has not. Dame, or I guess no. Did he technically? No, he wasn't.
Make a conference final.
Was he part of that Dallas team? I'm trying to remember the one that made.
He said Dame.
No. Well, Dame, yes, but no. Porzingis.
That's. I think he was in Washington already.
Yes, right. Well, 2022. Yeah. So exactly.
Yes.
Dame did make it. Derek White has not a. I'm sorting by EPM for whatever it's worth.
Okay.
Has made it, but wasn't a lead player. AD with LeBron, of course. Steph Curry, yes. Kyrie, yes. Chris Middleton, Van Vliet, yes. Mike Conley has not. Jimmy Butler has. Karl Anthony Towns has not. Sabonis has not. The bottom line is when you look at the upper echelon of players who have made it, he's not there.
Nope.
For one reason or another. And I think at a certain point, it can't just be team building or coaching or anything. And there has to be an ownership on the player himself. And I think it's a significant issue to not be able to have done that, which is another reason why I think his value will take a hit. Because if you don't have that, like at a certain point, I know this is outrageous. Like I know the answer.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
I know the answer, right? Joel Embiid, far better player than Jalen Brunson. But on the same team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there an argument you could at least make where Jalen Brunson was able to get further in the playoffs than Joel Embiid has? And I know that Jalen Brunson's best co-star was Luka and Joel Embiid's best co-star was Jimmy Butler. And the whole narrative changes if it were one shot that differs with Toronto. So like narratives and agenda can be formed by strokes of luck. But yeah, there are things that are holding me back from diving headfirst into Embiid, even if the cost is good. But if the cost is good, it's hard for me to argue with that.
So that was going to be my question. I feel like everything you're arguing about his value going down is totally right. But then it also makes me say, like, do we want him then? You know, like that feels really scary. It feels scary from both ends. You pay too much to get a player who, has all these warts and concerns. And then you kind of get a quote unquote deal for him. And then you have this player who has all these warts and concerns, right? Like either way you look at it, it doesn't feel like it would feel if we got, obviously the cost would be completely different. Like a Luka, like where it's like, okay, we got this young guy who's in his prime. He's going to be an MVP candidate for the next however many years. He's not injury prone. Like it just feels different,
So what's the, before we go back to the game, what's the most at this moment you'd feel comfortable giving up
for Embiid?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to think about it. I don't have a number in my
That's
head.
fine.
Yeah. I don't have a number in my head, but yeah.
Well, you don't need him because you got Precious Achiuwa, who just
beautiful segue.
5-point game.
5-point game.
My goodness.
Early in the second half. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's a blowout, but the Knicks hanging tough.
GMAC, I just did the same. He said took Celtics all live spread plus 108. I did the same thing, minus 3.5.
With all due respect to both of you, I hope you both lose this bet.
Yeah, so is life.
I second that.
The team.
Man, DiVincenzo.
Alex,
not made
what have you done?
He has not made a three since we've talked about him breaking the record for threes.
Quick side note, and to GMAC about the Celtics, I heard someone told me that like if you faded the Celtics spread when they're like a double-digit dog, you're up like crazy amounts of money. Like anytime they're like a double-digit favorite at home, they don't cover it. And the person told me this after. Remember the Detroit game where they're favored by like 100? So that's something I need to keep in mind. And I thought about it today.
Yeah, but isn't Braun not playing?
Braun is not playing, and AD is not playing.
Yeah, it's a different. That's just like a different circumstance. I feel like
It's also
But
a 12-point
no,
game now, which I feel
well,
like it's going to be an 8-point game and then a 4-point game.
yeah. Damn.
I feel
one more
pretty-
point about the whole. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say,
Wow.
I feel pretty good about where the Knicks stand right now against this Pacers team while missing several key components.
For sure. Oh yeah, all the way to the rim. What?
Oh my goodness.
How did he miss
Oh.
that?
And didn't get it there. That's
That's a charge. Yeah.
There we go.
And that was a bad pass by Halliburton. He passed it way too early to Turner, made him have to do way too much. Way too early. He's at the free throw line.
Grizzlies currently up 8 on the Cavs. Good night if you're going to lose.
To close the book on the Embiid thing, because
Yes.
in the YouTube chat, Trevor McKenzie said the process failed when they drafted Fultz. So the question I have is, if Sam Hinkie is still GM, do they take Fultz? Because to your point, once they got rid of Hinkie and Colangelo came in, they literally just started like peeling. They did a lot of things that Hinkie wouldn't have done. And do they trade up for Fultz if Hinkie's there? And that's the sliding doors moment that should haunt every Sixer fan.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Sean. As Halliburton hits a step back three. And they put this guy in a minutes restriction. Come on.
Oh, they called it a 2 instead?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's great.
was on the
Even
line?
better.
So good finish by DiVincenzo, attacking Halliburton in the pick and roll.
The Knicks don't deserve to win this game.
He just
if
walked
he's gonna
backward.
do this.
He did.
just
He took 2
do it
steps
backwards
backwards.
travel?
Yeah. It looked like it. Yeah.
That wasn't a step back. That was a walk back.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see it again. Oh no, it was
All
clean.
right.
It was clean. It
I'll
looked
allow
it
it.
looked sketchy. I'll give you it looked sketchy. You had me bought in, Jeremy. I'll say that.
It's all about the sell. The tone, it's the conviction. I'd like to see OG Anunoby guarding Tyrese Halliburton. And I feel like that would be a more amusing game right now. I think a lot would change right now.
Yeah, because I mean they'd never let him stay. Like they'd run him off screen and rolls constantly, but OG just creates havoc no matter what position you put him in. I need to do a restroom break. I'll be right back, guys.
I'm worried this is going to glitch. Oh, and there it did. Unbelievable.
It's gonna be number 1.
So you say 1?
I say 1.
All right. I'm going to say 2. Okay,
He's
we're both
confident.
wrong. I'm good at these games, so the glitch it's annoying. They did a mix and match on the Wolves game because I was watching the Mavs get destroyed.
I was watching that last night.
Did you see that mix and match?
Yes, I saw it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was not sober enough to comprehend what was happening, and I was like, this is too stressful for me. I can't do this." And sure enough, it's like, "Oh, it's a mix and match. All right, I can manage."
In the YouTube chat, JG says, no, not JG. Julian Alexander says, if JB finishes top 4 in MVP voting, will he finally get superstar recognition? Yes and no. Like, it's NBA players and fans and media look at somebody and say, you don't look like this. So, and he did the same thing as Steph Curry. This guy can't be the best player in your championship team. Look at him. He's small. He runs around screens. That's what it is.
And yet, Donovan Mitchell gets paraded around like the best thing.
But you know why?
What? Stephen A. Smith?
Because because
I mean, it doesn't hurt that he has that.
Because he's athletic and he finishes over people.
Yes.
And it's like when you're above when you're an above the rim finisher, you'll always have that. You'll always have that, and especially when you're smaller and above the rim finisher. Like when I was doing the playback with John and DJ, and I was telling them about like why like the one talking about the old JB thing. It's like, listen, people didn't like Steph, and because he's the son of a player, he's the rich kid, and he's the little light skinned kid. But if you don't look the part, think about it. How many people still think Cam Reddish is going to be that guy? Because Cam Reddish is 6'8", athletic, wingspan, he has measurables.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every sport.
Yeah.
Good pass.
Oh, there we go.
Good passing.
Dunks are fun. It's great. It's entertaining. And Steph had to be literally the greatest shooter of all time in order for him to get that recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
come on.
That was dirty.
Oh.
See, and then one.
No reason to foul there.
None.
Was that an assist from Hallie?
Yeah, that's the misdirection I'm talking about. Like, the look off was, that's like Tua Tagovailoa stuff. Oof.
That's a proper. That's proper.
Just stop that. That's proper.
That's proper.
Yeah,
because it's not
proper.
It's not the
All right,
bullshit no look pass. It's the I'm gonna go look this way, make you, and then.
Yeah, with the motion and stuff, it's like, it's just subtle things like that. It's pretty unique. Other guys are trying to incorporate that stuff, though. We'll see it more often.
Gamble to take that, please, Josh.
Come on, Josh.
The lack of 3-point shooting is really catching up to them.
Yep, 100%.
Oh,
Hartenstein.
Why'd
you?
Don't. He stepped out.
He was a good call.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Don't flex that leg, man. I don't like this.
I don't like that either.
GMAC, which Achilles is it for Hartenstein? Tell me it's the left.
Oh, he landed funny.
Because he flexed the right. Wow, good defense by DiVincenzo, pushing Halliburton all the way out to half court. I don't like that help there by Hartenstein.
Good deflection.
Nice.
One more. Okay, take it yourself.
And one! Can he get a foul call? What is going on?
No.
Clearly cannot.
Becky Hammond is in Secaucus, pushing the red button.
As a Bears fan, I think that's a little much.
They call that like 10 out of 10 times. That's so weird. Nice.
It's about time they're missing threes. I'll take that. Ooh. No.
Hart. Come on. Oh, yeah.
As a Kobe assist.
And one. As a Kobe assist.
I feel like he's hurt. If you look at the way he took that shot, though, it's like he couldn't get any lift.
He was stuck on the ground.
No lift,
yeah. I know what you mean, Sean.
I think he's going to be really hurting tomorrow because the adrenaline is what's kicking in right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of adrenaline right there. He's pumped.
Is he going to get a triple-double?
I'm always surprised that he doesn't get more assists, honestly.
I have a hot take, which is that if you were to tell me 5 players that could get the elusive quadruple-double in the NBA, that Hartenstein would be one of them. He would not be first, second, or third, but
he's up there.
Like, who else would it be? I mean,
Wemby.
So that's number one on my list for obvious reasons. Giddey, I don't think could get there because I don't think he's going to get.
Chet probably has more of a chance.
Chet could do it. So we're basically saying big men, right? Big men who can pass or like
Mm-hmm.
the prototype.
Big men who can pass.
Turnovers do not count, Andrew. Otherwise, Russell Westbrook would have achieved that dream a while ago. 10 steals is just almost impossible. The other
Yeah,
one
10
is
steals is not going to happen.
the other one is who do you think would be the next 5x5 player?
5x5. The old Andre Kirilenko is what I call it.
'Cause I think the last guy to do it might have been Batum.
Yeah, Batum. OG by Dirty Dancer. Yeah, OG.
I don't think OG
Could get the 5
Good.
assists. I think he gets the 5.
Yeah, I think
That's
he
the
could,
one that
especially
it's
with
funny
his
that
offense.
it's
Yeah.
funny that that's the we're like, oh yeah, he could get the 5 steals, he could get the 5 blocks, he's gonna get the 5 assists.
AD, I don't believe has done it. What also angers me,
Ju-
like this isn't anyone's fault, but the fact that LeBron is known as 27, 7, and 7 and has never once actually achieved that stat line in his career.
Is that still true? I heard
Yes.
of that like a year ago. I didn't know if that was
It's still true. Like I hope in his last game ever, he checks out with 27, 7, and 7. Just like don't do the Kobe thing. Just get that amount.
That'd
It's
be
so
incredible.
frustrating.
That would be incredible. What about Shea? Shea couldn't get the blocks, I guess. But Shea
Yeah.
could get there with steal. If anybody could get there with steals, it'd be Shea.
True, Andrew. LeBron will be playing for the rest of his life. LeBron will be playing and his grandchildren will be entering the league. Be like, damn, I'm old enough that my kids' kids are here.
Yeah, we were talking about the other day about LeBron. Like, people keep thinking LeBron's gonna pass the torch. Like, oh, he'll pass it to Kyrie. He finally has this young kid to like pass the torch to. It's like, nah. Oh, he'll pass it to AD. He finally has this young player to. It's like, nah. It's like, oh, maybe he's waiting for his son to pass the torch to. It's like, no, maybe he's waiting for his grandson to pass the torch to.
Do you know who he's going to pass the torch to? Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
I'm half joking.
Only half.
I
Only
think
half.
he wanted to pass it to AD.
He
I think
wanted to
pass
but
it
it's
to
just like AD was
but
not the
AD
guy.
decided to be unserious.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but you're not serious people. Classic Logan Roy line. That's how I feel like it is.
It's one of my favorite lines from that show.
That, and also I love when he says, you can't be trusted. Like, you're mashed potatoes. You can't be trusted. That line. It makes no sense, but I love it.
But it makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
I actually don't get it, but
No
problem.
Rick Ross has this line in a song, I forget the name of the song, and the verse starts, "People are hating like it's Salt Lake City," and I'm like, I don't know why that makes sense, but it makes sense.
Well, it reminds me of the J.R. Smith quote with about Salt Lake City, why
Trying
he
to get the
hates
pipe?
playing in Utah. No,
It reminds me of that old J.R. Smith quote.
it's goaltending. All right, it's basketball.
That was entirely too easy.
Was it not Batum, Andrew, who was the last 5x5 player? Wasn't.
Damn, Andrew was ready with the nope. Like he had
Second
it
to
typed
last.
up, and then
Okay.
he's just like waited for one of us to say something. He just pressed enter. He's like, nope. I feel like we could figure that out.
The last 5-5-5-5. I feel like I know this.
Is it Draymond? Damn. I feel like Draymond has done it, but maybe I'm wrong.
It'd be funny if it were Josh Hart. Which, like, not the craziest of
Not
suggestions.
impossible, yeah. Josh is hilarious. Okay, Draymond did do it 2015. All right. I just remember that, but it's like Draymond's issue is the points.
Yeah,
Triple
he
single.
get 5 points.
So he's got everything but the points, man. That's
Andrew, is it an active player? Okay, it's an active player.
wow.
5-5-5-5 and 5. Points
I bet it was recent, like last year or something. Don't answer that though, Andrew.
Currently on a team over.
Damn, that's too
500.
that's too much
easy
of a
now.
guess. I mean, that's too much help.
Not for me.
It narrows
Yeah,
Well,
it
it's
down
not
so
Ben
much.
Simmons. That much we know.
Oh, good trap on Siakam. Oh, they're all there.
Can I get a jump ball?
Can we get it? Nope. We got the
Nope.
possession instead. They were surrounding.
I've never seen them let them wrestle for that long without calling a jump ball.
Yeah, that's true. And the step back.
Bang.
I swore that was going in. We're down to a 4-point lead, folks. We're right
Mhm.
here. All right. Good D, Josh.
Nope. Oh, got his own rebound.
Damn, he got his own rebound. Ugh. Siakam's gone straight downhill. He had 10 points in the first few minutes and then has 2 points since. They really kept him under control. Put Obi in the pick and roll
Yep. Floaties.
and an
There we
easy
go.
floater. Oh, AG did it in 2018. Interesting.
It's not Derek White, is it?
Oh no.
That was like a heat check that he just
yeah,
shot.
it was. I was like, that looks like that's going in.
I think that's his first off the dribble 3 of the season. I don't think he takes 0.
And one.
Ugh. Need that to drop. Is it so, Andrew? Is this somebody that we'd be like surprised by, or somebody would be like, oh yeah, that's that guy?
Surprised by. Okay.
Surprised by. Wow. So I was gonna say like Yusef Nurkic or something like that, but is it right?
But-
Oh,
What?
bang!
Nice. Wow.
Double
well
bang.
done.
Bang.
Yeah, when you said surprised by,
Devo.
ugh.
Alex. Yeah, because Alex brought him up.
Oh, Precious!
There we go.
Let's go, Precious.
With the most clumsy finish, it hit the bottom of the rim and went in.
He's come so far from pressure Asature. He's come so far. That's a lucky ankle. Could Triple J get a 5x5? Someone
Yeah.
asked in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that's a good person. There.
Could he get 5 rebounds?
Really good closeout. Why'd he shoot that anyway? Can't
We
get
had a
over the
couple,
hump.
Good job. Oh,
AB, it's not the
Wait.
haircut. It's that he let the sides grow out. Like he has to.
Yeah,
You
he
have to get
didn't-
the sides trimmed. He just let them grow out. It looks
Side
crazy.
trim.
Yeah,
He probably couldn't get to his barber last night.
that's wild though. You coming back home? You got to get there.
I will say, in the YouTube chat, suggestions for a quadruple double are Kawhi and Bol Bol. I feel like Bol Bol was tongue in cheek,
Yeah,
but Kawhi, I guess Kawhi get 10. See, I don't think Kawhi gets 10 steals. Kawhi just gets like, you're not scoring.
is Bol Bol going to even get 10 minutes?
that's part of his quadruple double. It's the
Yeah.
10 minutes.
That's all day.
Hey, that's good defense, man. I
got
don't know,
cooked.
man. That was good defense. They are controlling Siakam. That's the most impressive part of this game to me.
And Halliburton just really hasn't been a controlling presence.
Halliburton's out. He might be doing the thing that Sean said.
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Deuce.
Let's go.
Yeah, Deuce.
Wait, what was 17 in a row?
We missed 17 threes in a row. Good lord.
Oh!
He missed both?
Well, he got fouled in the second.
Yeah, what's the 17 in a row?
The
They
Knicks hit
missed 17 threes
17.
in a row.
Wait, they missed 17 threes. Oh, my God.
They missed 17 threes in a row until Deuce just now.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
That's almost, what is that? That's almost 66% of the Houston Rockets.
I need to see the box score.
Yeah,
that
Obi,
is-
you could.
that
I
is
know a
bad.
guy near MSG that could have gave you the fade today.
For real,
That's
man.
unacceptable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had to have been like, nah, I don't care. That's the only reason that could happen.
Sabonis used to, when he was in Indiana, he used to fly in his hairstylist from LA, and like he's in white people country where he could have probably just not done that.
Yeah,
So
unnecessary.
like worst case scenario, New York to Indiana is a pretty easy flight if you had to do it.
I think Obi
Wait,
Obi
he flew
has to have a guy
someone
in New
in-
York. There's no way he doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Sabonis flew a guy in to Sacramento from Indiana.
No.
To
He flew
Indiana.
from LA to Indiana.
Oh, yeah, LA. to
Oh,
Indiana.
LA to Indiana.
Yeah.
From
Dude, you could have
Sacramento
found
to
someone in
Indiana.
Chicago that for cheaper.
Yeah.
But like I said, he probably one time we had a trip at LA. Someone like a road trip at LA. Someone said, "Go to this guy." It's like, yo, this guy's legit.
I mean, to be fair, I've been going to the person who cuts my hair since I was 13 years old. Like, I
That's
get it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really?
The worst. Yeah. His name is Vlad. He calls me. He says, "My golden boy," every time I walk in there, because he thinks that I've been going there since I was like 3 years old, and I haven't had the heart to tell him that it was really like 12 or 13.
That's too funny.
Every time I go in there, and he says, "The usual," and I say, "Yeah." And he gives me a good cut.
Does he talk to you a lot while you get the cut?
He's a pretty silent guy. I'm usually the one who's like, "How's the wife? How are the kids?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Everything's okay." I'm like, "Great. All right, glad to hear, Vlad." He also
That's
has
all
been.
hands.
He thinks I live in Brooklyn. I haven't lived in Brooklyn in like 6 years, and every time he's like, "So you still in Brooklyn?" I'm like, "No, Vlad, I'm not."
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It's amazing that you can remember what haircut you got. We can't remember basic details about
I know.
your life.
Hey, he's a professional.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I think he's
I
from Uzbekistan, Andrew, but he's definitely he's like Soviet Jewish. That much is true. He's like always chain smoking outside of the barber shop.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
Nah, Jericho got too happy with the Hartenstein impression.
Oh, all right.
Okay. No, he can do it occasionally. I'm just saying, like, to make the pass that he just tried to make, you have to be like Jokic or Hartenstein.
Also, the self-creation that he did the other night was crazy.
Yeah, it was nasty. Off the dribble. And one. Deuce with the flex, too. Dirty Dancer. I had an old school barber start shaving my beard without asking me once. That's crazy.
rough.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. You got to leave immediately.
Yeah.
I'm out of
Or
here.
at that, you just got to get them to do exactly what they did on one side with the other side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
disaster.
that's true. That's true. You're going to fix this and I'm going to leave and I'm not paying you $1. You don't need beard. Oh, man. Yeah, it's not bad. Sean, you know you're in disembodied voice, right? I just making sure you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was intentional. I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page here. McBride all the way to the hoop.
Oh,
Deuce. Whoa.
Oh,
Siakam starting to finish now.
he
That's
has
gonna
that.
go.
Oh, damn.
That was so close.
Very close.
All right. End of the third quarter, Pacers up 84-79. Knicks hanging around within 5 points. This game is not over. Don't
Let's
go
steal
anywhere.
this game. Let's steal this game.
I don't know. Who was the... Yeah. They should be able to steal this. I see it. I feel like Halliburton's not coming back in. Is it just me, or this is not his usual rest pattern?
The fact that you know his usual rest pattern is how much Indiana.
I watch a lot of Pacers, guys.
Well, to be fair, he's played the fourth most minutes on the team. I feel like
he's played 22 minutes today, so yeah. I could see them holding him out till the second half of the fourth quarter, and then that's 28 minutes.
So you think he's going to just close the game?
I think he'll close the game. I think he'll start the first half of the fourth.
Because the other night he played 23 minutes, and they just never brought him back in at some point. Let me see what it was.
I mean, hold on. How much do they need this game?
They need every game. They're fighting to stay out of the play-in.
Can the Pacers sign this?
They have a two-game cushion on Miami. Because listen, if Halliburton goes down, then there's no nothing. So
yeah, for sure.
They have a two-game cushion on Miami. But then again, Miami had to lose 7 of 8 to have a two-game cushion. And Miami has the Wizards tomorrow. Yeah, they need the game.
It was just funny watching you both be like intensely focused on two different things, like entirely different things. Like Jeremy was so into this guy shooting.
I wasn't. I was not into the fact that he kept missing shots. That's why I wanted the Pacers to sign him before the fourth quarter.
Put him out there.
I'm not saying I could do that much better, but I'm also not out there.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. And that was a close game they lost against Boston that Halliburton only played 22 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love if he never came back in this game.
Halliburton.
Yes, Halliburton.
Oh.
Not him. Not that him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Jig is up.
Exposed. Oh yeah. What do those cups do? You know when they have the little marks on their shoulders and back? Like, what do those suction cup things do? Does anybody know?
It's for, I think, to release like muscle pressure. Oh man, I'm blanking. Oh crap. Yeah.
Like acupuncture? Dirty Dancer? Thanks, GMAC.
Green light.
Damn, need to hit that.
Not his night.
Is that our leeches? Oh, he carried it and got stripped.
Good.
That was terrible by Obi.
Up his chest.
Come on, Deuce.
Please.
We need
Thank
that, Deuce.
You.
We need that.
So Deuce over 1.5 threes is the new Devo over 2.5 threes. That's the new bet I've been making. Of course, I forgot to make it.
Yeah, Jericho. Clyde on point with that. Exquisite recovery. He was gone, and he's like, nah.
Yep.
I don't think Precious has been used as a 5 tonight at all, right? Hasn't he been paired with?
I think he's always been a flow.
He's like a full-time 4. Yeah, that's such a great point. That's so funny.
It's a non-shooting 4.
That's good defense.
That's good. Yep, that's good D. Coast to coast. They defense was sick.
Make this a 1-point game.
Come on, Devo.
Yes. Let's go, Alex. You're forgiven.
Like 7 threes later.
If they let us steal this freaking game, if they let us steal, I don't want to hear nothing about Halliburton. We have 8 NBA players. If they let us steal this game.
Halliburton's at his 22 minutes that he played last night.
But they should have just split the minutes up. I guess you know what it is? They don't want to do a lot of stop and start.
It's a long rest. It's a long rest if you're splitting the minutes up like that.
It's also hard for him to come back after that long. Is he cold?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying,
exactly.
Jeremy. I feel like he's not coming back in. Like
He may not.
So interesting. Devo is played 33 minutes, and Achua has played 33 minutes. And those guys are not sitting unless it's a blowout. You know, Flynn's not coming in the fourth quarter, so
Nope, that's done. This is low key one of my favorite pop songs of all time. Oh,
and you would be here in my arms.
Like, if we're out somewhere and this song comes on and I'm inebriated, I am rocking. Waiting for tonight.
I'm finally on the same page with you guys. The 90s club music is my scene. I F with it.
Like this is like my favorite J-Lo song. Like, I hope they play this on Saturday, because I will be under the influence.
GMAC, I
want to go that far that she heals America, but
She heals Ben Affleck.
You know,
Jenny.
I was randomly thinking about that this morning, because T Squared isn't A-Rod like a co-owner of T Squared, or did I make that up?
I'm not sure.
How would you even have known that?
I feel like somebody told me this. I'm making that up. Good God. Oh my goodness.
Just because they both have hyphens in their names doesn't mean they're associated with one another. Oh, Timberlake and Tiger. Oh, that's where the T Squared comes from.
The Tiger would make sense.
That's why they have the golf simulators.
Timberlake. Hopefully this lasts better than the last venture. I don't know if it wasn't Timberlake, it was Tiger. What's the name of that thing in Times Square?
Which one?
The All-Star Cafe. Remember that? Or was that before my time? Oh, that's before your time. Okay. All right. So where Planet Hollywood is? Do you remember Planet Hollywood in Times Square?
Yes.
Okay. Before it was Planet Hollywood, it was called the All-Star Cafe, and it was a joint venture between like Andre Agassi, Tiger, like might not connected. Andrew, why do you have to produce while I'm talking? Good God.
And both me and Jeremy are just like being politely like, proceed, Sean.
Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, but continue.
You need to tell me, because I'm gonna look this up. But yeah, so it used to be. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say what I remember of the to me old Times Square is the laser tag place.
Yes.
Mars 2112. I'm trying to think what else is like really old that was from that time.
The Virgin Megastore.
Yes, 100%. Traffic actually going through there, not people in costumes. Usually you'd want to avoid that area because it was not safe. Now it's just because there's so many people that I'd rather have crime there.
Gary Sheffield, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, Toys R Us, obviously.
See, I remember old Times Square where that was like right when Julie and I started to clean it up. But yeah, so there was this so All-Star Cafe was owned by Wayne Gretzky, Joe Montana, Shaq, Ken Griffey Jr., Andre Agassi, Monica Seles. And then they brought in like Tiger, and they brought in a couple other people, like, and it was amazing. And then it didn't work, and then it became Planet Hollywood.
To Andrew's point, ESPN Zone was great. Loved that space.
ESPN Zone was great. ESPN's actually no. I actually tried to watch the Game 7 of the 03 ALCS in ESPN Zone, but it was so crowded we couldn't get in. So we ended up watching we ended up going to the Red Lobster down the street, which is still there, by the way.
Mm-hmm. A great date idea is it's clearly off of Neesmith. Go to the Olive Garden in Times Square, but dress up really fancy. Like the fanciest night of your life, and you're just going to Olive Garden.
You could do that and go anywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, but there's something about the allure of Times Square that I think really sells it.
I see.
Okay, one more
pass. That's a
precious
affordable restaurant in Times Square.
We could have done got a better shot than that for the lead. All right, 87-85. Knicks down 2, 10 minutes left in the game. Obi driving and got blocked by Josh Hart.
He jumped too early.
Yeah, and then tried to do a crazy finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, past that.
He
had
missed
Precious.
Him.
No
Deuce
way.
with the deep three.
Deuce, you're wild.
I'll take that.
You're taking that
Devo.
one.
Oh my God. 3 threes for to take the lead and missed all 3.
Yeah,
Yikes.
comes Jalen.
Oh my God.
6 of 30
and
from
still
3.
only down 2.
That's incredible.
That's good.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Nembhard.
See, now if Halley doesn't come back in, we can't lose this game now. Here comes Siakam.
Siakam coming in and no Halley kind of feels like no
He's
Halley.
not. Yeah, no, he's done
Yeah.
now. I'm pretty confident ruling him out.
Cook.
Good rebound. Kick it out to Josh. Swing it, Josh.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh.
Drive.
Uh-oh.
That's not who you want shooting that.
No.
That's a bad
That's good.
shot.
No. It was essentially a grenade to Precious.
off hard.
This is
that-
gosh, these possessions have been so brutal.
Let's get Brunson back in the game.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
There we go.
Who's the
Bruce
last
Brown
real
would
quick?
fit right in, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, he would look exactly like what we're seeing right now.
Nice, Andrew.
There you go, AC. They could just switch that. Nembhard is cooking. All right, we're getting Precious up top with the screen. They just switch it to Buddy, and then they double him. They bring the double. Get it up.
Yep, here we go.
Got a good shot
That's
out of
good.
it.
That's
Yes.
a great look. Yep.
Yes. If they're going to play that kind of defense, we should get good shots.
Underpaid.
Yeah, for sure.
That's their okay.
I was laughing at Clyde saying, what are they going to do with this guy, Nembhard? It's like, he's unstoppable, this guy.
Remember he had that game winner against LA and everyone
Yeah.
lost their minds?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. What a good save. Cook Buddy.
Ugh.
And he got pushed. Pascal pushed him in the back. Jeez.
I'm going full Mensa now. This works.
The mic hold. The old JJ Redick pod.
You know, the first play I ever saw hold the mic in a press, take the mic out of the thing and hold it in a press concert was Dirk. He would just grab it, just lean back and be like, "Yeah."
This
It's my favorite non-Nick of all time, by the way.
Yeah, I've learned, Sean. I've learned.
You motherfucker.
Let him shoot.
Good
that.
rotation.
Don't let him shoot that.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree
3-point
with you, Dirty
lead.
Dancer.
Can we get over this hump? Then they're just straight doubling Brunson. Like, and he
I
left
would
him
too.
open. Hey!
I knew this was happening because my friend who's at the game messaged our group chat. I'm like, why? Why would you
Don't send me anything.
enjoy it, but also just enjoy the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy
that's
the
true.
game.
It's so funny. They doubled him. He got rid of it, and then they just left him. He was wide open. It's so funny. Knicks have fought all the way back to tie it at 91 with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We're going to have a down to the wire finish. Halliburton doesn't appear to be coming back in, so the Knicks should have the advantage in this one. I can't believe what they're doing with Halliburton. It's so weird.
It's almost like they just shouldn't have him playing.
Yeah, it's like just don't even play. But they're trying to force him to get the 65. He's not going to make it, I don't think. Dragging his leg to 65 games is. Actually, I'm glad, Jeremy. So if I heard that, I don't know if this is accurate, but someone was saying like Halliburton wants to hit the 65 game mark because it's going to cost him like $40 million, basically, whether or not he makes All NBA. Why would that be the case? Couldn't he make All NBA another season in the future, or is it?
Well, this he got the extension, so it would be next year. Like it's contractually, he'd be better off doing it this year.
Okay,
It kicks
so that's
in
why
this year, but not next year. So he's committed to doing it this year.
That's why it has to be this year. Offensive foul. Let's go.
So here's the other thing. A player has to log at least 20 minutes of action for it to be counted.
That's why he counts.
How many minutes did he play tonight?
22 minutes.
So this is a great new agenda. Stat patter. That's
oh
all he
my
is.
gosh. Yeah, but
Look,
this
I
one
don't
is
blame him
bad.
financially, but this is clearly it. You're going
God, side of the rim,
to
Deuce. Come on. I really want this one.
Me too. It's also different when you're in front of a camera for like 3 hours. Like you want it extra badly because I haven't stood up. And I just
used
like
the restroom.
I'm worried that if I do get up, my legs just won't work because I just want a feeling in them. No, as I mentioned the last time I was on here, I'm full chamber pot. I've embraced it. I'm not going anywhere. It's by my feet. If I kick it over, it's game over. Nice.
Rebound.
There we go. Can take the lead here. Bring the double, guys. Go ahead. Bring it. Come on, buddy. You know you want to come over.
Oh,
What?
Maybe
That's
same
terrible, Deuce. What was that?
team. Deuce just wants to take the ball. Oh, beautiful.
And he got to Bro, you can't stop Jalen Brunson. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. That's crazy.
It's gotten to the point his own teammates are trying to stop him. They can't.
He did score 6 on 5, Dirty Dancer. Nice. Nice.
Stop leaving him open.
Yeah, true. The crowd is bonkers.
Because we don't deserve to win this game.
Cook, buddy.
Wow.
You not gonna bring help?
Buckets.
Oh, doesn't need
Buckets.
it. Doesn't need it.
Buckets.
Cook, buddy, man. You're not gonna bring help. You deserve that.
By the way, Brunson was 95-1 to win MVP 24 hours ago. For those in states where it's legal.
No, I think it'll be SGA.
I think it'll be SGA. Yeah, I think so.
The
narrative train will start running around March, April, and it'll be him.
There's a non-financial vested interest I have in SGA winning MVP. I can't say too much more. But either way, I'm rooting for SGA if it's not going to be Jalen Brunson. And if it's not going to be Joel Embiid.
Say less.
Non-financial. All right.
I can't say more.
No. I'm not asking for more.
Yeah. Sean's a smart guy. And XJ, you are too. You just haven't gotten
not.
No, it's not.
XJ's not smart. You're not smart. Guy.
XJ, you idiot. How could you not realize?
I just want to be able to cash out. I took Brunson at 80-1 in June. So I just want to be able to cash out. But I had him. I took Jokic to start the season. He was like plus 450, and I took SJ like last week at plus 340.
Last week.
Yeah, because in New York State you can't bet awards, so I have to drive to Connecticut to bet it.
Wait, no way, really?
Because he was like,
Sean, do we have to have a talk?
I have to drive to Connecticut to bet it is a crazy sentence.
That's wild.
It's not a crazy sentence when it's a 12-minute drive.
All right, so denial is still where we're at.
No,
it's
Sean,
a river
even
in
if
Egypt.
it's
That's what it is.
Even if it's reasonable, it just sounds crazy. Like, quote unquote, I have to drive to Connecticut to bet it.
I have to drive to Connecticut. Let's tell our lawmakers that why do they have these stupid rules, these restrictions on gambling in New York State?
Sean, honey, where you going? Babe, I got to drive to Connecticut to make a bet. I need to bet $5 on Jalen Brunson to win 90-1.
I've actually done that. Like Saturday morning, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to Connecticut to make this bet. I'll be back. I told my wife this.
You have
she
a bar
thought like
that
I
you
was
go
like
to?
I actually did this last Friday at like 10:30, and she's like, "Is this still open? Is this still open?" And I was like, "Okay, it's not like a man in Connecticut. I literally just have to drive
to
over the border."
Welcome to Connecticut.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts I go to.
This is not making it sound better, Sean.
You know why it is? You know
Waze announces that you're in Connecticut. You just grab your phone and stop looking at the road. Oh, there we go.
Hey!
Let's put the game on.
Knicks up by 6 now. 4 minutes left.
Okay.
The best part is they can't say, well, Hallie's not playing because the Knicks are missing so many of their best players.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they're gonna try that anyway.
Well,
swing it.
Oh, no, Deuce, you got to shoot that.
Why'd he dribble that? He had an open shot.
Oh, loose ball foul, bailout.
Whew, bailed out. Knicks up 97-91. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left.
And that drive to Connecticut is why I'm going to cash my 12-1 Lamar Jackson MVP bet. So thank you very much. How dare you?
You have to have something after last Sunday.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I know. Hey, at least your team's made the playoffs.
By the way, Isaiah Hartenstein has 15 rebounds, 5 offensive, 31 minutes of play.
Only 31.
Only 31 minutes. Look at this double team on Brunson. Yeah.
They have to because there's nobody. Well,
and Hartenstein another rebound. Oh, I wanted that.
And another one. Oh. This is not a good
rebound for Jack.
This is not an ideal Precious game. He's played 40
We gave him
minutes.
too much credit earlier. We need to just dump on him.
He does have 12 boards, but he has played 40 minutes. Yeah, he hits those.
I mean,
I'm not saying I believe in it long term, but he is shooting like 45% from 3 this year. First points in 5 minutes. Josh, be okay, man.
Yeah, we literally don't have anybody else.
It's Jacob Toppin time next.
Jessica, I will take your word for it. I will tell you the worst place to drive for me is to Oswego, New York from Syracuse. That place is the most depressing place on planet Earth. That's another story for the next time out.
Driving through Mississippi was tough. It was That was a
You know who has two thumbs? They ain't never driving through Mississippi. This guy.
The wildest thing that I saw in Mississippi was a tanning salon.
Be careful.
It was a tanning salon that was called Jamaican Me Tan. And I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm in Mississippi. Not great.
And they probably haven't seen a real Jamaican person in person in their entire lives.
Probably not.
Hey, let me tell you something about this, Jeremy. There's a Jamaican Me Tan like 30 minutes away from my house. So
No.
I'm dead serious.
XJ.
I'm dead
It's
serious.
a chain.
Oh no. Oh, that's a charge.
That's a
Oh
What?
no. Oh no, that was a worst case scenario.
Challenge it. Do they have the challenge still?
They're gonna say he was moving his right foot because he's clearly outside the cylinder. He's there.
He's there. He made it.
That's a challenge. Why? Because of the foot. Because of the foot movement. The right foot was moving. That's the only reason. But he's standing. He's already there.
Here's the risk. The Knicks,
Yo,
if
how
they
many
lose
timeouts
this
they have?
challenge, don't have a timeout for the rest of the game.
Can't do it. The funny thing is, if he doesn't take that last step, he probably gets it. Are they challenging it?
They're challenging it. I don't think they're gonna win it. Yeah, I agree. Andrew. Yeah, that was like the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah, I've never been to Mississippi, actually. I'm trying to think of all the states I haven't been to or driven through. Most of them are Midwest, but Mississippi is pretty close to me to never have been there.
I've avoided the deep south for most of my life.
I live in Florida, so it's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded.
I stopped into the Jefferson Davis Museum to use the bathroom because it was the only place that could feasibly go. That gift shop was a horror scene, let me tell you. I was like, can we go anywhere else to pee? It's like, this is the only place. And
This is the only place.
I mean, there were like probably Waffle Houses too, but felt weird going in there to eat.
Jefferson Davis.
And not like to not eat rather, but it was a pretty awful place.
That sounds terrible. Jefferson
It
Davis
really-
Museum. It sounds like the worst place on earth.
It's by far the worst place I think I've visited. Like even Hitler's bunker is a parking lot now. So I know we're getting very away from basketball.
Well, we have time to kill during this
We
challenge.
do have time to kill. Yeah. Unsuccessful.
Bricks
challenge.
Nation in the YouTube chat. If we won the challenge, it would have took the 2 points off the board. So that it would have been potentially a 5-point swing.
Ooh, Andrew's saying the Lakers are going to win.
Oh,
Yes, they are.
Oh, yes, sir. Nice.
12 points.
I'm telling you, Celtics at home as double-digit favorites, no bueno. And that is another. And I think that team is mentally, I don't say mentally weak, but they have a hint of unseriousness in them.
So you think they're vulnerable?
Yes, that's the better word to use.
Frick.
Oh, nice. Very fortunate you missed that.
I'm really curious if the Celtics are going to get one more player at the deadline because they need it. But
they need some depth. Come on, Devo.
that's a good shot. But
Precious. Precious almost made it all up right there. He got
Devo
fouled.
Hart.
So Precious and Hardenstein have combined for 30 rebounds tonight.
Precious has 41 minutes. He's 4 for 15 from the floor, and I'm at the point where
4 for 15?
4 for 15.
4 for 15, and
I'm at the point where I'm
from the
like,
free throw line.
I get it. You're slugging it out there, man. I can't ask for that much more.
And we have 8 NBA players.
And Evan Fournier.
All right. 99-96. Knicks up. 2.5 minutes left in the game. They got to win this game, man. Yeah, that's money. He's not going to miss that.
No.
Way too much space on the midi for him.
I don't want to say that was his office because that's like DeRozan, but we got hit in the.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you?
I thought he didn't. I guess.
I thought you didn't have one.
Are you kidding me? I can't tell what it is. What he's holding.
His
I feel
eye.
like he got poked in the eye.
He got poked in the eye.
Yeah. Just because Jalen Smith has goggles doesn't mean
Oh my god!
How did they miss
Come
that?
on, man.
How did they miss that?
no respect.
Come on. Oh my god!
How did they miss that?
That is,
And then he just steals the ball, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever."
that is horrible. It's all game, and this one was the most egregious.
Infuriating.
Are you
That's
kidding me, man?
infuriating. Now, if we lose,
That's crazy, man. This is so shitty.
I would say Tibbs needs to get a technical foul, but we can't afford it at this point. But
He's not going to sub in, is he? He is.
No,
Oh,
he's
wow.
coming out. He's coming in. I mean, he's not coming out. There's no way.
yeah, his eye is swelling.
I bet they still double him though.
That
He said, "Pat, you can't miss that. Come on, man. Let's go." I'm just guessing.
Refs had a terrible night.
I wonder if there will be a makeup call if they force it.
Yeah.
Just saying. If I'm Brunson,
yeah,
drive.
Dare them to
yeah.
hold their whistle again.
Mm-hmm. Set the pick. Get it to Brunson.
Oh, that was too telegraphed. There it is. And what?
And they're gonna give him the continuation.
Let's
There
go.
There's that makeup call.
Good call, Jeremy. Let's go. I mean, it's a foul.
He was also fouled.
But the continuation.
Wow, he's pumped.
Something with the F word. That much I know. I don't know what the other words were.
His eye is swelling, his left eye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Come on, Jalen. Hit this one. We need this one too. Late game free throws.
Nice.
Devo. Oh,
That's
hold on to it.
good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
a step
Midi.
back.
Wow.
And the step
just
back
get
midi.
decked? Who just got thrown to the ground? Was it hard?
But that's we can't. Let's not. I want this game so bad now.
So bad, dude.
And
So
we
bad.
won this game with 8.5 players.
And blocked by Paul. Blocked by Precious.
I'm giving 1.5. I'm
Oh, now
giving
Heel got
20
hit in
and a
the
half.
eyes. This game is no one's surviving this game.
Oh, Brunson's gonna
Give
cook
it up.
now.
Give it up.
And he
That's
kicked
good.
it out.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, Precious!
he has that look in his eyes.
Oh, he had that Bobby Portis look.
Yeah. What's the
my
reference?
God.
Or it's like that looking at us like you wanted to get it on? Like that's
Oh my goodness. This is one of my this is going to be, if we get this, knock on wood, one of my favorite ones of the season.
This is awesome, man.
whew.
Look at his eyes, man.
Let's go.
BX, stand up. BX, stand up.
Oh,
Sneezes.
Sneezes. Oh man. You know from where in the Bronx Precious is from?
I don't know. I need to look that up. I mean, he didn't come until he was like 16. I don't think he stayed here very long. He went to school in Jersey and everything like that.
Nah, forget it then.
I still can't believe they missed that call on
By the
Brunson.
way,
That's crazy. He might miss a game for that. I don't know. Anything's possible.
No, he's playing that Lakers game. He's got to. He'll wear goggles if he has to.
we are 3 Pascal Siakam points away from a clean sweep on betting and sweating.
Yeah, but I don't want him to get it.
I don't want him to get it.
I'll take the L. I'm fine with
Whose
that.
pick was it?
It was mine.
And guess what? But at the same time, I would like this plus 1,300 parlay.
Oh yeah, I forgot you actually betted the betting and sweating parlay. I forgot. Sean,
You know what? I could live with it if it's like a garbage time 3.
Yes,
Yeah,
garbage time.
yeah.
Well,
He's
gonna
taking
get
it to
2
the
right.
cup,
Oh,
and he got
wow.
stolen.
There we go.
He got his lunch taken.
One more. Josh.
Good
Nice.
save. Kick it out. Kick it out.
Snatch his ankles.
They only got
Well,
6
there's
seconds
5
left.
seconds.
That was
That's
terrible.
a crazy shot.
Yeah, that was terrible. At least they wasted the whole shot clock.
Yes.
There is a foul to give, which I would use at some point soon.
They got to let him score.
He
And he
missed
blew
it.
it. He blew it. What?
Okay, well, there's the foul. Now you
Right,
can't do it.
that's a good. We'll take that foul.
Yeah, good foul. Good foul. Wow. They're bringing Buddy in.
Well, but you're taking out Obi?
Yeah, I didn't
One
get
of your
that.
hottest shooting.
Yeah, that's strange. I would take out Shepard.
Don't foul him.
He blew another
Oh,
one. He blew it.
Smoked the layup.
There we go.
They blew 2 layups at the end. That
Brunson, I
is,
think, has 39, which means he just has hit 1 to cross the 40 threshold.
yep. No, he has 38, I think.
Oh, because he missed that free throw?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. What?
Sean,
All
I'm
right.
rooting for the Siakam 3 for you now. And you
Now I
you
want.
can- yeah.
Now
Now
we
I want.
need
Now I
the
want
Siakam
it.
3.
hit the 2
Well,
free
I need
throws.
one free.
Get the
Give me
Siakam
2
3.
free throws and the Siakam 3.
Great. I can
It'd be a
live with
perfect night. It'd be a perfect night for us, Sean.
that. Okay. Let's stop cheering for him for the moment. There we
There
go.
we go. There we go. Hey, we stole this one, man. That's a big dub right now. That's unbelievable.
Big
really.
dubs.
Well, it's a good thing that Halliburton got to play his 20 minutes per game just so he could qualify for more generational wealth.
I can't believe they're doing that.
40 points. The last player to wear 11 in a Knicks
Give it to Pascal, man. Get off
Give
the
it
ball.
to Pascal. They're not. gonna
Nah,
give
they
to
swung it to the
Pascal.
other side.
Oh, you're wasting time.
Give it to
Jalen.
Pascal. He's
Why
open.
would you dunk it, Jalen? You're down by 7. You know that, right?
It's a contract year for him next year, I think.
Such a self-motivated bunch.
Oh,
That was dangerous. It
was
looked like
close.
he just slapped it
That
off his
was
foot. Wow, they stole this one.
this is.
I need Wally to tweet about Halliburton. I don't care what it is, but I need it.
It's because he's injured. He probably shouldn't.
He won't he shouldn't because it's unprofessional. But
I'm gonna tell you something right now. If we get Pascal for 3 right now,
They're
oh,
not. He's
I-
not
holy
getting it. He's not even gonna probably even shoot it. Is my guess.
This is gonna be 3. This is gonna be 3 days in a row. I missed a parlay by 1 leg.
Yeah,
By,
look,
like,
he doesn't
one
even have the
shot.
ball.
Siakam. Ah,
This freaking
Jesus.
Nemhard hits it. Nimrod.
What a game.
That was awesome.
And
Incredible.
That was awesome. I loved it. What a game. Brunson's like Jalen Brunson's literally unstoppable. Like we've seen Miami try to do it. We've seen the Pacers in this game just literally just double team him at the half court line. Like you literally can't stop Brunson. That's crazy. He's 6'1".
He's not.
He
6'1".
claims to be
He
6'1".
is 5'11". He is 5'11".
Incredible.
It's half a game back of Milwaukee now.
And listen, we need to catch him. So the funny thing is, if you saw the TNT pregame show, if we lost today and the Cavs lost today, Doc Rivers would have clinched coaching in the All-Star game.
No way, really?
So that's still alive.
Is it because it can't be Missoula because he did it last year?
It can't be Missoula.
Wow.
He did it last year.
Tibbs doing it would be so funny.
That'd
It
be
would
so
be
funny.
hilarious.
I feel like well, let's see. Let's
see
him.
what Brunson says.
The place to be right now, MSG.
Man, it is rocking right now. Man, he's getting emotional.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. If he's crying, it's because of the injury.
Seven guys in Flynn.
Sounds like a band.
7 men in Flynn.
You're right. You know what? You're right. We had 8 NBA players because Evan Fournier is an NBA player, but he just didn't play. We played 7.5 guys tonight.
Dan, don't give him half a guy. Like,
well, because he played 7 minutes.
And was the only minus. Oh no, Sims was also -5. Yeah, that was an incredible game. Who's on the post game?
It would be John, who is apparently emotional. So we'll get people to go over there. XJ, any final thoughts?
No, thank you all for joining us. This was like one of the most fun games to watch. An incredible win.